What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. On today's video, we're going to be working on the truck. So if you like the truck, you're going to like the video. Or maybe not. Well, who knows? I don't know. But we're going to be working on the truck, so stay tuned. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a sip of this beer. Hold on, let me hydrate for a second. So what we're gonna do is my truck currently has HIDs, which it came with from the previous owner, and they're slightly janky. Like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and well, I'm tired of dealing with that. So since I don't really care for HIDs, I don't understand the appeal. They look kind of cool, but they piss off other drivers more than anything. So I'm going to actually remove the HIDs, and I'm going to put in just stock, regular, classic, you know, your good old-fashioned bulb. So that's what we're going to be doing. So follow along with me, and here we go. And there it is. It's a wonderful rainy day here in Oregon. It's actually let up for a little bit, but what do you guys think about cold start of 2008 Chevy Silverado MagnaFlow exhaust? Alright, I'll set up the camera, start it up, and then we're going to pull it up and then try and get it as far into the garage as we can, but there's no chance that it will even fit, but closer the better. You can see I got it kind of ghetto rigged. This is the regular HID, and then there's the high beam HID, and if you look, one's on the top, one's on the bottom, but I just wired this one differently so that they would be on at the same time so that I could drive it just temporarily. And yeah, it's time to fix it. It's pretty janky, right? First things first, we got to get our little ladder to get inside of the truck, or be able to be eye level with it. So this is what we're working with. These are the wires to the HIDs. The ballasts are just hanging here, all janky like, over there. And we'll go check out over here. See the other ones sitting there in a little pool of water or whatever. Why I've been rolling around like this, I don't know. Should have did this sooner. But the first thing we're going to do is just disconnect the battery so that we don't mess up anything, and then we'll start taking it all apart. So the best way to remove the battery is you got to remove this here. There's it's a 10 millimeter. There's a 10 millimeter bolt right there, and then there's also one down here. You would see it's going to be kind of hard to get with the camera, but just use that. And then I just use this drill with an extension on it, and it's super easy. You just pull this out. So I'll set up the camera, see if I can do that, and then that way you can take the battery and you can actually slide it out and then disconnect it way easier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove the headlight, because it's going to be way easier if I just pull this out, and then I can work from, you know, essentially inside the headlight. So there's a 10 mil here and a 10 mil here, and then there's also one on the inside you can get from getting underneath the bumper that holds it right about in here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the two headlights, and then yeah, I'm hoping that I don't have to take off the grill, but that might be something I might have to do. So I think it's just going to be easier to remove the grill and remove this top piece. So there's just these little clips here that go inside these holes right here, and you just use a screwdriver to here, it sits in there like that, and then use a screwdriver to just pop that open, and then it comes right out. Then once you get them all taken off, this will just come right off like that. Now this is the first time I'm taking off the grill, so I'm not sure how it works, but it looks like there's a 10 mils here and here and here, and I think I'm missing one, but I'm sure there's some inside here, but maybe it's just the top. We'll see. Okay, well, I got my grill off after fighting with it for about 5 minutes, but I figured it out. But basically, these holes right here, this one's got a clip stuck in it still, and there's one right here too, but they're just little clips on the back of the grill. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it all that great, but basically these little tabs right here, one on the top and one on the bottom, you just have to use a screwdriver to push them in, and then they pop out. Most of mine worked, just the last one was kind of a pain in the butt, and from the previous owner, this one was already broken. So now it's off. Now the headlight should just come right out, and we should be good to go. So I didn't show taking the headlight out. My bad. Let's see if we can one-handedly put it back. Okay. So there's this bolt here, stand back looking at the headlight, and then there's also one in here that I left in right there. I just loosened it so that it would just slide off that little thing right there. Slides right on there. Look at the wire mess that I got going on here. All the HID bullshit. So here we have the normal driving light, and then we have our high beams right here. So basically, I just got to, this is where they tied it into the factory harness. So I'll just cut this here, and then here is the other part of the factory harness, is right there. And then I just have to hook those back up to the regular connectors that go into the housing, and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, one stupid thing that I didn't think about is once we snip this, we don't have the factory headlight connector to connect into here, so I'm gonna have to order one. So we're gonna have to continue this video on another day. So we'll come back, and whenever that happens, we'll continue on. I'm gonna put it all back together, and then I don't know, we'll start it back up in a couple more days. Alright, well, it's been a couple days. I got the new OEM style plugs that I need, so now we can get back to the project. So since I had to fully assemble it back together, now I'm gonna take it all apart, and then we'll start off where we left off. So now I got the whole front end basically off. So yeah, I got the headlights here on the workbench. Now I can work with it a lot easier than doing it standing on a little ladder through the engine bay, which that could be backbreaking and a pain in the butt. Hey, bud.
Ball.
Oh, you got a ball? Oh, you got it out of there?
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Alright, well, I'm going to continue working on the headlights, alright? Can I get a thumbs up? Yeah. So, with the headlight out, we have all of our wires just dangling. I disconnected it from the wire loom that goes to the actual truck, so now we can bring it in the garage and play with it and not have to deal with it outside in the cold. So, the top light, looking at the headlight here, this top light, that's your regular headlight, and then this is down here is going to be your bright. So now trace, here's your top light, goes to all this mess of harness, goes down, and then the factory colored wires would be black and yellow. So we know that that's our regular headlight is black and yellow. So that means that the green and black go to your bright. So just so you know when you're hooking up your lights, that way you know which one's which. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I have it all figured out, I'm just going to cut it right here at the factory connection. Bless you, bud. What are you doing? You painting your race car?
Yeah.
Cool, dude. It's looking good. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut right here as close as we can to the connection so we don't lose too much wire. So then we'll just hook up the new wires, the new connectors that we have that are right here. Positive and a negative. Black would go to the black, and then the red would go to the yellow. And then we'll seal it up with some of this shrink wrap.
Mine.
This. And we should be golden. Then we can hook the headlight back up, make sure it works, and we'll be happy.
Eat it, pumpkin.
I got the first connector connected, got the wires connected, put some heat shrink tubing on there, shrink that up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some electrical tape and also electrical tape it around a little bit just to help waterproof it. But the heat shrink should be good enough. But there's one down. Now I'm just going to do the brights on this one and then go to the other headlight, do the same thing, and we should be good to go. Now I will say, ideally when you connect the new harness to these other wires, you'll want to solder them together, because it's way better than just putting them together and electrical taping them together. But yeah, I just wanted to add that. Make sure you solder the wires together. And just like that, we have our new connectors connected. I already got the new bulb installed, put the bulb in there, got the connector on there, and then now I can start on this guy. Well, that's funny. On this other headlight, this hasn't even been cut, and it's the correct connector on here. But the other headlight, the bright, is actually spliced into, so we'll still have to fix that one. But that's weird that this one is not cut, because you can't really tell, but this connector and then this connector, let's see, they're two different ones. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Anyways, they're two different connectors, so how did it work on one headlight but not on the other? Weird. Oh well, changing it out anyways. Alright, well, we have the second headlight done. Now we can open the garage door, go back outside in the cold, and hook them up, and hopefully they work. There we go, both of them work. They're both working, back to factory, looking way better. Well, I mean, let's be honest, the HIDs look cool, but like they blind the hell out of people. Nobody likes them, especially in a lifted truck, and I feel bad, so I had to just go back to stock. Before I put the grill back on, I kind of want to measure this out, this bottom grill here, because I was thinking about putting a light bar right inside there, or maybe like two of the 4-inch lights in the front there, because if you look at my truck, they sell kits that go inside the bumper, but my bumper doesn't have that little cutout right there, so I can't put the light bar right there. So I was thinking maybe inside here, but then it's gonna block the transmission cooler, so I'm not sure. But I'm actually thinking about doing a transmission cooler here pretty soon to replace this. So when I replace this with an aftermarket better one and larger, more efficient, I could always move it, build some brackets and move it anywhere I would want. So that could actually be, I could make it work. I think I could make it work. So if that's something that you would want to see on the channel, adding a transmission cooler and a light bar to the grill, comment down below. Make sure you do that. Let me know so that I'm not just making videos for myself and not helping anybody out. I like to make videos to hopefully help you guys out for whatever you're working on, give you ideas or any of that. So go ahead, comment down below. Let me know if that would be something you want to see. Let's get back to work. And just like that, we have two nice, shiny, wonderful headlights. Not going to be blinding people, because as I pull up behind them, they're like, there's that D-bag that has the lifted truck that the blue lights just kill my eyes in the rearview mirror. I know, I shouldn't really care, blah, 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 blah. But I'm getting older, I kind of care, I understand. I drive my Subaru all the time, and I see it all the time, and I don't like to be blinded, so figured I would change it back. So, we did it. I just want to say thanks for joining me, thanks for watching the video, thanks for hopefully subscribing to the channel, right, because you want to follow along. Of course you do. And like the video, because liking the video actually helps me out and helps YouTube know that you're enjoying the videos, and it helps in the algorithm of, you know, people finding the videos that I make. So with that said, peace out, see you in the next video.